Hey guys, Marissa at kitchentablestamper.com. Today you're getting a view inside my craft room that's just kind of spontaneous and on the fly. I found these treats at Meijer. They're Brock's Candy Corn Witch's Teeth and Brock's Candy Corn Vampire Teeth, and when I saw them I just knew that I had to use Creep It Real, the Brush Your Fangs stamp, and make up treats for my kids. So I decided to make these treat bags. I'm sending this one off to my daughter who's away at college, and I've got the toothbrush in funky purple for her. And then I found these fun, what are they called? Bloody Bites oozing candy. They're watermelon flavor, and they have the plastic fangs and a bag of watermelon candy goo. They're really disgusting, but they work with the Brush Your Fangs stamp that I never thought I'd use in a million years. I mixed it up with a whole bunch of fun Stampin' Up trims, and this is the final results. Okay, let's go through the Stampin' Up supplies that you'll need to make this. Okay, stamp set is Stampin' Up Creep It Real. It's from the 2017 holiday catalog. You'll need a basic black stampin' pad. I've got Whisper White cardstock and Real Red cardstock. These are just scraps from my scrap bag. And then I've got lots of Stampin' Up trims here. I decided to really, I don't know, it kind of reminds me of the Rocky Horror Picture Show actually, but I decided to really bling it up with some trims. So I've got the mini sequin trim in silver and black. And then I have some crocheted trim. I love this vintage crocheted trim from the holiday catalog. And I've got some silver 1/8 inch ribbon, and I love this. This is the shimmer ribbon, basic black. It's 3/8 inch, and I don't know if it's showing on the camera, but it's a black satin with this awesome silver glitter in it. It's smooth, it ties beautiful, it's a great ribbon. All right, so let's start by getting this little packet all together. It'll help us to clear our space a little bit before we get stamping. So what I did was I took the candy corn and these funky Bloody Bites, and I used a little tiny attacher and just stapled those 3 bags together. I took my Crocodile and a larger hole punch and punched through all that packaging. Then I secured it with some of this black shimmer ribbon. So I'll go back to front through all those little packages and then tie a knot. Then I grabbed the toothbrush and secured that across the top of the package. Okay, now I've got my paper snips. I want to trim this off of the bolt and just clean up the other end. All right, so that's one trim down. Now let's put these aside and do our stamping. Okay, I've got my Stampin' Pierce mat and my basic black ink, and I'm going to ink my stamp very well. And I'm going to stamp it once on the Real Red, allowing the ink to transfer, because we really want a nice solid black image inside this gaping mouth. I never thought in a million years I'd even use this stamp, but these treats when I was at Meijer just called out to me. All right, so there's our Brush Your Fangs on the Real Red. Now we've got to do one on the Whisper White too, because we're going to paper piece the teeth in, and that's how we get those stark white, high contrast teeth on these red lips. Okay, that looks good. I'm gonna take my paper snips and I'm actually gonna fussy cut these teeth right out. When you're fussy cutting a paper piece, you wanna cut on the stamped line, but you don't wanna cut the line off, so it does have to be somewhat precise. Just take your time. And something that I covered on Facebook Live last week and haven't talked about in a while on video or in teaching is the proper use of a scissor. When you're fussy cutting in great detail like this, you want to support your scissors with your index finger and maybe your middle finger, and the ring finger goes into the other handle of the scissor. You can also do the middle finger in there, but you definitely want this support on the blade of the scissor. Then you're going to, with your dominant hand, open and close the scissor. With your non-dominant hand, you're going to guide the paper, and that'll give you the smoothest line possible. So see, I close the scissor with my right hand, my dominant hand, and I turn the paper with my left hand. And that'll give you nice smooth cut lines. Okay, what I've done is I went ahead and I cut out the top row of teeth, the bottom row of teeth, and then there's one little tooth that kind of peeks out on the side. So that fussy cutting is done. And now I'm going to trim out the mouth as well. And I'm going to cut right along the line. Okay, we're nearly done with that. There, our tag is all cut out. Now, the next thing I want to do is take my basic black marker, and I'm going to just really black in this area around brusher fangs so we get that real high red and black contrast. It takes a second, but it's really worth it. And with this fine brush tip, it's not too hard to do. It doesn't have to be perfect. You just swipe over a little extra black on top of the stamped image to really get it blacked out well. And this is, of course, an optional step. If you don't want to do this, you don't have to. I'm only making a few of these, so I want that real hard black contrast. Okay, I'm pretty happy with that now. And I'm just going to piece these teeth right in over the top of the red ones. So I'm going to scribble down a little bit of multi-purpose liquid glue and then drop the teeth that we cut right in the top. For that bitty tooth right there, I put a tiny dot of glue on and then touch my paper piercer to it. Then I can pick up that tooth and drop it right on, paper piece it in. All right, and then if there's any places where the white is showing, I'll just touch those with my basic black marker too. Kind of clean up my paper piecing that way. All right, then I have the 1/16 inch hole punch, and I'm going to just punch the tiniest little hole in the top of the lips there. And I'm going to thread this 1/8 inch silver ribbon through front to back. It's a tiny little hole on purpose because I don't want to see the hole in the tag. This tag isn't that sort of design, so it really fills up the area. Now, to finish up embellishing this, we're going to take, I don't know, maybe we've got 15 inches or so of this crochet trim, and we're going to loop it back and forth here and cut off the ends. And I'm just going to place it on top of my bow, and then I'm going to take these mini sequin trim and I'm going to pull off probably a 5 and a 6 inch piece, and I'm going to lay those right on top of there also. We want one side longer than the other. Then I'm going to secure all of this together by taking this end that we've put through the tag from front to back, and we're going to grab that whole bunch, tuck it underneath this ribbon knot, and secure all of this together with a bow. And I'm going to use my paper piercer to just help me put that ribbon through underneath there. All right, now I'm going to tie the silver into a little bow right on top. cut it away from the bolt and trim this other end. And then I'm going to snip that trim apart. Okay, so everything's pretty wild and hairy there. The last thing I want to do, I'm going to take two pieces that are maybe 3 or 4 inches. I'm going to fold them so that they're uneven, and I'm going to glue dot them right underneath the knot here so that we have even more bling. And there it is. Brush your fangs. Let me get we got the witch's teeth. Let me get the vampire teeth in the picture here for you. There they are. All right, if you've got any questions about this project, if there's anything Stampin' Up! I can do for you, email me, marisa@kitchentablestamper.com. Happy Halloween. Thanks for watching.